What's up, dudes, dudettes, and those in between? My name is Bob, and I'm kind of pissed today. Well, that's half true. I've been pissed for a while. So, regarding the whole skeptic feminist Russian Deadpool killing, and that whole nonsense, and excuse me while I crack a beer, you know, cheers. In a completely unrelated conversation, Ian Miles Chong was lambasting people for wishing death upon John McCain. To quote him, "You can disagree with John McCain's politics as much as you like, but wishing death upon him is beyond the pale." To which Kristi Winters responds, "Assume you'd say the same as Sargon and Cod and Crowd and T and others, who livestreamed gloating and joking over the murder the day the news broke." This is obviously referring to the stream that Sargon V, Crowd, and a bunch of others participated in, as the news of the Russian Deadpool killing was coming out. I'm not going to comment on that, because I've said my piece on it multiple times. I think pretty much only on Twitter. Yeah. Here's a thought, Kristi. This is a legitimate question. And if at any point you get confused as to the words that are coming out of my fucking face right now, ask me to clarify, okay? I will give you that much respect. But that's about it. This was a dead issue, you fucking moron. At this point, pun intended. This is seriously a dead issue. As far as I can tell, you weren't talking about it. Steve Shives wasn't talking about it. Fucking ranting feminist, demotivated opinion, Christiosity. Michael Rowlands might have been, I don't know, but he's got me blocked. Kevin Logan, I'm sure he did, because that's all he fucking does is... He's always fucking months behind, but whatever. Sargon wasn't talking about it anymore. Kraut wasn't talking about it anymore. As far as I could tell, V wasn't. I might be mistaken, I'm not sure. But the big players were not talking about this. We were letting it rest. Why the fuck would you bring this up in a conversation to not Sargon about a conversation that has nothing to do with him or nothing to do with this event? Nothing. Seriously. I mean, I can kind of get a little bit. Oh, you can disagree with, skeptic feminist politics as much as you like, but wishing death on him? They weren't wishing death on her. She was already fucking dead. Do you not understand how life works, Dr. Winters? And I understand there's more than just the medical kind of doctor. I get that you're a social scientist. Which begs the question, why the fuck would you do this? You're an idiot, Kristi. Seriously, this is a dead issue. As far as I could tell. Prove me wrong. I'll change my stance on it. But, no. As someone who has personally seen people I know and love get shot and killed, this isn't how you respect the dead. And don't get me wrong, I'm also of the camp that the dead have no rights. They're dead. They're gone. But why would you start this shitstorm again? Out of nowhere. And the response I got from ranting feminist, because she's... And nothing against her. I have nothing against ranting feminists, but we were having two different conversations. Because at one point down here, and I'll scroll down for you, hang on. I'm a little pissed at Kristi Winters bringing this up again. I've argued with you guys about what happened, was told to drop it. She should, meaning Kristi. He, meaning Sargon, doubled down, was a massive douchebag and faced everything. It isn't the same at all. By bringing it up in a conversation not about him to not him, look, I'm just asking we play by the same rules. And this happens and happens and happens and happens. And finally I go, look, respectfully, we're having two different conversations here. Unless Sargon brought it up, and Kristi Winters is firing back with this, which I would be okay with. I'd be like, yeah, okay, no problem. In fact, I'd be on Kristi Winters' side. And then proceed to hang myself with piano wire for ever agreeing with that fat cunt. But anyway, he hasn't apologized, he doesn't have to, right? But what gets me... Renty Feminist goes, Kristi brought it up, and he said something really appalling. I don't think anything justifies how he responded. Let me give you an equivalent, because I already did here. And granted, it wasn't a perfect scenario. I said if a man punches another... Okay, well, if someone punches someone else, right? And they go in for the second punch, and the person who just got punched pulled out a knife and stabbed their attacker. Should the person who stabbed, meaning the guy with the knife, or the woman with the knife, whoever it is, fucking PC culture, should they face consequences because they stabbed someone in self-defense? Answer's no. And that's essentially what happened, is you had Kristi punch with what she said, and granted, it wasn't that insulting. I mean, as someone who insults people all the time, it wasn't that insulting. I'm like, yeah, it's like, okay, ooh, ouch, salt on the wound, maybe. But then Sargon was a dick back. Granted, because it's unprovoked. Fucking why, right? So that's why that analogy exists on Twitter. But here's a better one. Have you ever heard the shot round the world, or the shot heard around the world? It was the shot that started world wars. You know, you ever heard of that phrase? So let me give you a scenario. You have the world that's basically on the brink of war, which is kind of what we have here in Twitter. Except we don't have actual war. We just have shitstorms. So you have someone who fires the first shot at an enemy, which consequently starts a war. Okay? That is an event that, hypothetically, takes place. Now, if the second shot is from an enemy returning fire and killing the first person who shot that started the war, should that second soldier be charged with murder? Answer fucking no. This is what I don't understand about feminism. Like, you know what? I don't even want to get into that. This wasn't going to be a fuck feminism video. This is going to be a fuck Kristi Winters video. I apologize for that. Right? I will keep the fuck feminism thoughts to myself for now. That's a different topic for a different time. My final thoughts on this, to quote someone who will trigger the fuck out of you, if you're a feminist, is, Kristi, the fuck is wrong with you? Seek medical help. Get your head checked out by an actual doctor who actually knows what the fuck is going on inside people's heads. You know, like, psychiatrist? Maybe? I'm done. I'm not going to talk about fucking ranting feminist. Or, no, sorry. I'm not going to talk about skeptic feminist anymore. Sorry. Little upset, you know. Hard to get the right words out of my face. Which is why I said earlier, if fat cunt is having problems understanding what I'm saying, if she ever fucking sees this, ask me to elaborate. I will. But anyway, I'm not talking about Russian Deadpool anymore. I'm not. You fucking win. I will self-censor this. This is the last time. Fuck it. And you know what? Fuck doing my outro correctly. I'm not even going to do it. Because fuck this and fuck Kristi Winters.